Alright, y'all, how's it going? It's Thursday, and welcome to the Working Artist vlog, number 52. I don't know, I actually know the number. But today's been a weird day. I had to go into work early, which always kind of screws things up, and then I didn't get like a lunch during work, so I didn't work on comics then, but I did squeeze in like 18 minutes of comic work this morning, but things didn't even go smoothly with all of that because I had to attend to some things, and sometimes it's just like that. Life gets in the way, and life is more important than drawing comics when it comes down to it. So but I am happy with the progress I made. I actually got the next panel all roughed out, and I think I'm expanding the story one more page because I think the panel after, the page after the one I just roughed, I think I'm going to do a splash page, and then the last page will kind of wrap everything up. But I really want to do that splash page. I think it'll be cool, and I asked everybody on Facebook and other places, what is the quickest and easiest way of to color comic pages that isn't horrible. Obviously, I could do all kinds of things that would probably not be good and not come out looking good. I want it to look good, I want it to be of a decent quality, but I also can't spend as much time as I spent drawing and inking these pages. I can't spend that much time coloring. I really need to just get this bad boy done. And I'm thinking about some future projects, and I think I'm gonna probably do an anthology of a lot of my different stories I've made in the past here, and they're going to be colored though, which is going to be kind of part of the bonus of getting the book, is you'll get a colored version, which I have yet to color a full comic yet. I will a comic story yet. Lone Wolf will be the first, and then all these other little stories will be the next ones. But I think I'm going to use that opportunity to experiment with different coloring techniques for comics. And it'll be a good thing to do and work on while I'm waiting for the glyph script to be finished. I'll also be writing, and it'll be nice to not be doing penciling and inking and world building as much. I think I could use a little bit of a break from I think that's the more heavy lifting stuff. Coloring is not easy for sure, but it's less intense on the mind, and I don't know, we'll see, maybe I'm wrong. I just hope I can work out how to do coloring in a relatively quick way that's satisfying, but yeah, I've been having fun like checking out some coloring tutorials and things like that. I got a lot of ideas of what I could do, how I could kind of approach it, and lots of great info out there. Some info I haven't been able to find. One thing I was looking for was getting like retro comic coloring effects, like making it look like old comics and stuff in Clip Studio's Paint specifically. I kind of know how to do it in Photoshop, but I don't have Photoshop anymore. But I want to try to do it in Clip Studio Paint. Maybe I should look up some in Krita, because that's a free program, and maybe I will try one of these stories in Krita, because there is some special extra things you can do in Krita that other programs don't have. I think Clip Studio Paint is probably the obvious best choice out of programs. I know a lot of people are more familiar with Photoshop and other stuff, but Clip Studio Paint it has functionality that's pretty amazing. The only thing though is I have to get around this issue of the fact that Clip Studio Paint doesn't exactly have CMYK, but I guess it does. Mike Emmerich actually did a bunch of little helpful tips in a Facebook group that can help you color in Clip Studio Paint, where it will be print ready, where you can get it to be print ready, and it's CMYK and stuff. I don't understand it or know how it works yet, but I'm looking forward to digging back into that and maybe even chatting with him a little bit so I can make sure I understand it. But that's one thing I got to remember, and I have to figure out soon, because I'll be coloring these pages very soon. I also wonder, something else I couldn't find was, obviously, like, you know, the first step people always say is like flatting, you know, coloring. First you got to do your flats. Well, you know, when you paint a piece of line art, you don't necessarily flat, you know. I mean, you kind of do sometimes, but like, there's also the idea of just like coloring the page, like just like you would with crayons or something. Like, why can't you just do it that way? So I was looking up seeing if I could find tutorials of like coloring comics without flatting. I don't know. I'm just wondering if it's possible to skip the step. At the same time, maybe it's just, that's the point, like the fact that flatting is just such a great advantage, because then you can select colors and, you know, you can change things and all that. But I don't know, people do some pretty amazing things with digital painting, and they can do a lot of changing of things as well, you know. So I don't know, what do you guys know of any techniques to color comic pages without actually flatting? Maybe that would take that part of the process out and make it a little bit quicker. I don't know, maybe that's why people do flatting, because it actually makes it a quicker process. Probably that's the case, but I don't know. I mean, I'm never the type of person to just be like, this is the way people do it, so I'm just gonna do it that way. I'm like, this is the way people do it, I'm gonna try to do it that way and learn from that for sure. But maybe there's ways that they're not thinking of, you know. Maybe there's another way to do it that nobody's actually thought of yet, you know. I always go that realm. I'm always trying to reinvent the wheel. Probably not a good thing, but it also, I think, makes me extra creative sometimes. But that's not always good too. Sometimes if you try to reinvent the wheel, you come up with something pretty ugly, because other people have already figured stuff out, and why try to do stuff like that, you know. So I don't know. I can't help it though. I always want to be original, and there's obviously the whole thing about originality and nothing's original and blah blah blah. But there's other ways of thinking about things too. So I don't know. Maybe we'll talk a little bit more about that throughout this vlog or another video. I think that's it for today. We'll get on to tomorrow in a couple snaps of a second. Yeah. I can't click with that finger. How about this one? So I guess I lied. What I did say was I only got 18 minutes in, and then I said that I didn't say that I would probably get, you know, the rest of the time in. I didn't really calculate it or whatever, but I had some brainstorming going on about a couple new projects. I got like 3 new projects in the last 24 hours that I'm thinking about doing. Like, I have ideas like never ending, and not all of them are good, but man, some of them I just can't not do. Of course, like all these ideas and projects and stuff, they're, you know, most of them are on the back burner. I'm mainly working on Legends of the Lone Wolf, and this kind of anthology idea I have, where collecting the stuff that I already have made, but it's going to be kind of put into a cool framework of awesomeness, and I can't wait. I'm thinking I'm going to shoot for a September crowdfunder. I don't know, we'll see what I can get done. And then also there's other projects that are really prevalent. I need to get some stuff done on Calamity Jane. A huge one that I really want to make sure I'm making some good progress on is the one I'm doing with Peter, which is called, come on, help me out, guys. Oh, I got so many projects. I always want to say Bloodstorm, but it's not, obviously not Bloodstorm. Brain fart. It's Big Wrath. So I'm really excited to get the kind of script locked down for that, and then start working on penciling pages. And I also need to do a commission piece for Peter, or a pinup piece, or I don't know what exactly we're calling it, but I want to get that done as well. So that's kind of one of the biggest things that's on my plate. And yeah, there's a lot of stuff going on, but I'm hoping to do my first crowdfunder soon. And that's going to be more like I'm going to be coloring those comics and doing things like putting it together, like designing the actual book of it and stuff. So most of the work's already done with that, which is really cool. So I can like kind of launch it in September, even at the stage it's at, sort of, but I want to make sure I, get it a little more ready than that. So yeah, I'm excited about that because I'm hoping that will help me to kind of boost my get my career kind of thing going, like get a book out, and get hopefully some help with funding other things as well, so with the books and all that. So yeah, I don't know, I'm excited. So many cool ideas there. I haven't even told you like half of it, so hopefully I could get to all these things. I'm definitely gonna be trying to get some help at times, but for right now I just want to focus on what I can handle. I also have like a bunch of other, there's so many things. I gotta go get some stuff from the store. I'll talk to you guys in a bit. What's up, y'all? It is Sunday, and I didn't do great vlogging the last couple days. In fact, I don't think I did anything for vlogging, but I did work on my comics both days. I think Friday I did some stuff on Lone Wolf, and I think, I was working on coming up with ideas for the project that I'm going to kickstart in September, most likely. I think I talked to you guys about this. So that's gonna be called Retro Fresh Comic Explosion. Hopefully, let me know what you guys think of that. And it's going to be 4 to 5 stories, kind of like a one-man anthology. And one of those stories will be a new story that nobody's ever seen. And the rest of them will be previously released things. I think I got the first part of Glyph, the first comic I made, and the first part of Corncob Rob. What else? Then there's going to be Lizard Brain, Attack of the Lizard Brain, and The Hitchhiker. And yes, they'll be reprinted, but I'm going to be kind of remastering them, probably relettering them, and probably coloring them, at least most of them. I'm not 100% sure if all of them will be colored. Actually, I forget exactly which stories, because I know Darby Cufflink is in there as well. That's going to be one of them. Alright, so this is the work I've been doing on Lone Wolf, the newest page, which is page 12 or 11 now. So these are kind of finished being inked, these 3 panels. Now that I'm looking at this hand, though, I think I might make the pinky a little smaller. I feel like it's a little bit too big. I don't know. But yeah, so, and then I have, that's basically one half, and I have a second half of the thing to go, and I think it's looking pretty decent, And then today I also was working on the retro fresh cover. And this is the first time I've ever drawn an explosion. But that's kind of going to be the theme of all these issues. This is issue 1. But I'm thinking that the theme will be, since it's, retro fresh comic explosion, the theme will be that every cover has to have an explosion in it. And then there's going to be 2 figures, I think. I'm pretty sure there's just going to be 2 figures in the front. Let's see if I can pull that layer up. It's hard to really see. Let me see. I'll take this explosion down a bit. Hopefully you can kind of see the figures. There's going to be right here in the forefront is going to be my character Shadow Star, and then here is going to be Glyph, and they're going to be popping out at you through the explosion. And yeah, I don't know, I'm pretty excited. This is, like I said, this is the first time I've ever drawn an explosion before, and I'm definitely taking inspiration from manga, because manga's really good at like comic effects like explosions, and also things like sound effects and speed lines and all that kind of stuff. So I'm actually pretty happy with my first try at doing an explosion so far. Hopefully, I mean, I still have to finish this corner up here, but I'm getting close to, I think, finished. Like, that'll be pretty good, and then I'll probably do some things with colors and a lot of things with color and whatnot to make it look really cool. But yeah.